Good morning, traders. This is the Stock Sumo reporting with BlueHorseshoeStocks.com, and a good morning it is indeed. Yesterday, I wanted to do a recap on yesterday's options activities. Just some amazing calls. As usual, we just blew the lid off of some of these options ideas that we put out there, and I wanted to do a quick video chart discussing why we make some of these calls in the options. Okay, let's go back to yesterday's report. We did a recap on some of the big winners from the day before. We also have been following this NUGN, some good news out there. Okay, here's our options ideas for Netflix. We discussed that we wanted to keep an eye on the 107 through 111.43 calls. And the reason why I signaled this specific price range for our strike price on these calls is because the way the pre-market activity was shaking out on Netflix. So yesterday Netflix was gapping up on earnings, and I saw that the pre-market action on Netflix, it was trading around 109, 110. It hadn't dipped below 107 in the pre-market. So that's the reason why I signaled these strike prices, the 107.14 through 111.43 calls. Now let's take a look at what Netflix did yesterday, okay? Here's the gap up in the morning. It gapped up. The prior day, it closed around $98, okay? Netflix came out with their earnings. Stock gapped up drastically, and this is what we call a check mark, okay? It almost looks like a Nike swoosh. You get the gap up followed by the dip and the rip, okay? This kind of looks like a check mark pattern where it makes the check and then it marks and it just grinds higher all day. So let's take a look at what these calls did. Here's the 107.14s. They dipped to a low of $1.52 and they went all the way up to $9, closed at 871, excuse me. Now the ones that were a little bit further out of the money on the morning pullback were the 111.43s. Here's what those ones did. They dipped to a low of 13 cents and went over $5 at one point. We're talking some serious moves in the options for Netflix yesterday. And all this stuff is recorded on our blog at BlueHorseshoeStocks.com. What separates us from other newsletters out there is every day we post our ideas on our blog. So if you sign up for our free email alerts and you don't receive the email by 9:30, come by our blog at BlueHorseshoeStocks.com and you can check out our ideas for the day, and you're not going to miss it because every morning, pre-market, we post our ideas on our blog. So if the emails happen to be late and you're not receiving them on time, stop by our blog, BlueHorseshoeStocks.com. We're making calls like this on a weekly basis. When it's earnings season and stocks are reporting, they tend to make some volatile swings, and we're going to be reporting on hot ideas like Netflix. This isn't the first time we capitalized on big games with Netflix, and I don't think it's going to be the last time. Today, I want to move our attention to Google. Google is currently gapping up on earnings. Let's take a look at the pre-market trading range because this is how we identify our strike price. Take a look at Google here in the pre-market. Its low is 639.37. The high is 655.89. Okay, so this is the area where we want to target our strike price. Let's take a look at those calls and let's bring up the options chain. Here's the Google's options chain, and we're going to want to look at the 640 through 655 calls, and we're looking for a dip and rip. This is the classic pattern that we like to follow. Stocks gap up on earnings, they dip from profit taking, and then they rip to the upside. When the stock settles down on the dip and you see it establish a low of day and it starts to move up from there, that's when you want to get in on some of these calls. So Google for today, guys. Congratulations on anyone that was able to capitalize on our call in Netflix yesterday. We're going to be watching for a follow through in Netflix today. There should be some more upside. The stock is gapping up once again. However, Google, fresh off of earnings, watch for the dip and rip. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to stop by our blog, bluehorseshoestocks.com, for updates. Good luck out there, traders. Make it a great day and enjoy the weekend.